Here's Steve Rogers.
Hi again. Steve Rogers, still 3150 Washington Ridgeway. I've got a situation that has shown up in my school, and I honestly don't know how much it's happening in the rest of the county, but just because of the way the state statute works, I assume it is. And this is a situation where the board can get a really good win, and the kids can get a really good win because there's a lot of people who can get a lot of control over things that don't have some control, and they can get it on it. A brief setup of it, our school has a significant number of children that are on the RTI squared intervention system, and one of the solutions that was settled upon last year was part of the scheduling for the school year. The first class of the day is essentially your RTI intervention class if you qualify for Tier 2 or Tier 3. And for the students that don't qualify for that, they have an opportunity for enrichments, and a really good effort was put in to have structured options for that. And I definitely got the sweet end of the deal on it. I have a before school jazz band that I've been doing at the middle school, which unfortunately being before school, transportation precludes some students from participating in that. This year it's first class of the day, so it's still starting the day off with jazz, so it's not spectacular, but it's a really good situation. It's a sweet deal. I'm very aware of that. Get to the end of the school year, and there's one last round of standardized tests, and the kids have vocalized that they are very burnt out from taking so many tests, and tests to see if they're ready for tests, and recap tests about how that test went. I mean, just it's a lot, and they're burned out, and they were expressing specifically that. And they took this last one of the year. They were told it won't be used against you. It's, last one, do it. You can do this, kid. So they took the test, and since it can't be used against them, bloop, 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 bunch of A's or bloop, 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 all B's, just Christmas tree, whatever. They didn't take the test. They just filled in answers because it was just a chance for their brain to finally stop doing it. Well, fun fact, it used against them. It's the test that actually ended up being what places people in their tier system for intervention. So a whole slew of honors students who are just burnt out, but otherwise absolutely honors students, are now scheduled at this point for Tier 2 and Tier 3 classes because that's the way the statute is set up at the state level. Now, that's ridiculous and frustrating, but it gets better because life is cruel. It takes 8 data points to get out of the RTI thing, and they have to be 2 weeks apart. So that kid's going to be in that till Christmas. Okay, and yeah, do I want X-instrumentalist to be in my jazz band? Yes, selfishly, I do want that kid playing that horn. But let's talk big picture. We need to know for a fact what the statute from the state is, how much we can push back against it, what flexibility can we empower principals with to say, you know what, it's not effective this way to have this child in a class they don't need to be in. They need to be getting the enrichment. Them being out of the Tier 2 or Tier 3 thing opens up a lower teacher-to-student ratio for the kids that genuinely need that thing. If we can just make sure every principal that is going to be coming across this situation knows that they have X amount of flexibility and is not just encouraged, told specifically to make it right, that would really help a lot of people out, not just my jazz band and not just the kids that are in the jazz band who would be just lying in a academic squalor for them because they're honors kids. They don't need this boost of stuff. They need to be doing extra things. They need new challenges, which they would not be getting in the Tier 2 and Tier 3 thing. So if you guys can find a way to make that happen, you're going to make a whole bunch of people happy. I'm relatively certain the kids don't yet know that they are in those classes, and it would be awesome if they never knew it even happened. So the sooner we can catch that, the better. I think that'd be an awesome win for 100, 1,000 people in county. So if we can make that happen, please do that. Thank you.